All right, boys and girls, I'm going to show you something. Because of him, I noticed you doing something, but I have noticed other people doing it, but it was most recently you, so you pay most attention. Okay. This is basically to do with the footwork, what I already explained, in double push hands. Okay? So, because you started letting your feet slip back, you'd be lazy in the legs and started coming back. So what happened was, in order to not lose your balance because you didn't have a solid stance, when I do, so let's say from here, I'm pushing, I'm doing the attack. So naturally, I've got a forward thrust to my movement. Now, I'm going to purposefully do something incorrectly now so you can see it. So let's just flow through, but I'm going to purposefully do something a little wrong. Can you see what I'm doing? I've got forward intent on both parts. I'm going forward, relax, forward on my pung hinge. Yes, when it hits this guy, now watch the difference. Here, forward intent. I'm going to exaggerate it just a little bit, but you see, this is too big. This is not good push hands. But you see the I'm going away. I'm attacking, and I'm going away, and I'm attacking, and I'm going away. But you're going attack, attack. You're always attacking because you're not getting the footwork and body placement correct. Therefore, if I'm standing with an unbalanced stance, then when I try to do my pung, you're doing the push, I don't feel stable. Because I don't feel stable, how am I going to stop him pushing me over? I meet his force. I don't want to meet his force when you go to shove me. Okay, I'm trying to meet your force. And to the worst extent of actually leaning on his force. But even if I'm not leaning, even if I'm keeping my spine straight, I still shouldn't be meeting his force. When he shoves, I'm disappearing. Whether that be what we talked about earlier about the footwork, if I take my more beginner, large power stance, when he pushes on me, see? I'm still, all this stuff I told you about the hand, holding the pung, yielding upwards, all of that stuff still happens, but it's happening as I'm absorbing backwards. But of course, I only want to absorb to a certain extent before the hinge comes in, then I take him to the side and defeat him in that moment. I don't want to go and then take him to the side. That's what's happening with a lot of people. Because the stance is not right, the body's not right, you're bracing to stop initially falling over, then yielding. There's no point in yielding if you've already braced. The only point in yielding is if he's coming on to me. If I stop his force, it's like if you just use like a, you know, the goat butting? No, you don't know the goat butting. Okay, goat's butting technique. Huh? You know goats butting, you know what goats are, they butt, yeah? Okay, we both, you turn that way, I turn that way, except we don't use our heads.
Okay.
And we go, boom! This is not push hands, this is just a shock exercise to get your body used to shock, right? So this is we're essentially bumping straight into each other. Boom! It's a nice little exercise. But at that moment, if I yield now, see, he's in the better position because I met his force. Then you shouldn't yield to something that's not coming towards you. That's useless. Whereas if we do that same exercise, boom, keep that going, and then all of a sudden I yield instead of meeting him, I'm in the better position, you see? So there's no point. If I go, here I'm going to do my yielding part, if I have to brace in some forward action first, then if I try to yield, my yield's not going to work because he's not in a position where it will work. He's not yang. I've nullified his yang. Now I'm just going to try to yield to a neutral stance. Yielding doesn't work like that. So yeah, really try to take in that feeling that I'm going away, I'm attacking, I'm disappearing, I'm attacking. Now, even if that not that a couple of you guys are doing can do the smaller stance, but even if we're doing the smaller stance, which it comes to more of a side-to-side movement rather than a forward-to-back movement, the same rule applies. I still, although it's not so much coming from the legs this time, it's more coming from the body, but the same rule applies. I'm shoving forward and disappearing. I'm attacking out and I'm disappearing, you see? I don't want to be, see that? My pung, and then you did the right thing there. I went forward, so you yielded, and that makes me off balance. So you're not going, you're going, right? Whether that be forward, back, side to side, however, but the energy behind it is force out, issue force, receive force. Remember our single push hands. We did all this the other day. You're not doing this in single push hands. He pushes, huh? Yes, I'm bracing, I'm not letting it collapse. That's different. I can absorb his force, again, just making it very obvious when he pushes. Right? Blatantly obvious, I am sitting back, but I'm not letting this collapse. Now I'm letting my structure collapse. I don't want to do this. But I don't want to go, oh, now yield, because now he's going to get me. Right? So think about that in your double and in your single. It's all the same stuff. It's just that double has the other hand in there. Yin and yang. Meet yang with yin, attack yin with yang. Okay? Good stuff.